Now, your First Alert Storm Team forecast with Chief Meteorologist George Hirschman.
Well, a rather nice but cool day is leading us into a mostly clear but cold night. Looking at the satellite radar as we speak, a few clouds up here to the north around Winchester. We're also picking up some precipitation moving out of Pennsylvania. And if you look in there, yeah, there's some wintry mix as well. Some of that could end up in Frederick County, Stevens City, Winchester. Not looking for much as far as any accumulation is concerned, and really not looking for much as far as any wintry mix is concerned. But, you know, there's plenty of winter left, and we'll have plenty of time to get around to that. 46 outside our studios as we speak. Dew point 24 degrees, humidity at 41%. Still pretty dry around here. 30.21 is what that should be there, folks. And with on the barometric pressure, that's holding steady, and the winds are out of the west about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Weather watchers, they're calling in these numbers around the mid-40s for the south, 44s in Waynesboro and Churchville, 46 in Stanton to the central viewing area. We're looking much the same results with 47 in 10th Legion and Stanley, and a 42 over in Franklin. And then to the north, well, we'll check that out. 46 Winchester, 49 in balmy Moorfield, and 45 and 46 in Woodstock and Basie, respectfully. These temperatures are going to be dropping, folks, I'm sorry to tell you, into the 30s tonight, so you're going to have to close the windows again, turn the heat on. This is a little bigger picture of the mid-Atlantic region for the satellite radar. Not much activity at all, and once this moves a little bit to the east, it's going to be quite clear around here for a few days. Just great get outside kind of weather. But tonight, right along the Mason-Dixon line there, we're picking up a little precipitation. Some of that might make its way through Winchester and down into Washington. High pressure is definitely in control. That rotation around the highs providing us with some cooler air from the north, and as that moves a bit to the coast, we'll start to get the return flow. That's going to really help pump the temperatures for the weekend, and through it all, we're going to have some mostly sunny skies during the day and mostly clear skies at night. Tonight, well, we're looking at temperatures in the lower and mid-30s, breezy out there a bit, northwest 10 to 15, around 30 degrees to the west, a little bit on the cold side, just under the freezing mark there. Tomorrow, those winds will be subsiding a wee bit, temperatures climbing to the upper 40s, near 50, and here, excuse me, in the valley, we're going to see temperatures just in to the 50s. 51 is about what we're calling for here in Harrisonburg, and northwest winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour, certainly on the cool side. But this, folks, will be one of the last cool days, at least for a few days, that you'll experience. Let's look at the 7-day forecast here. 51 degrees is what we're calling for tomorrow. Look at all the sunshine in the forecast. Then we get that high pressure. It moves a little bit towards the coast. We get the return flow, 63 on Saturday, and all the way into the mid and upper 60s as we look at Sunday and Monday. That is just great weather in the middle of November. A little cooling comes our way once again Wednesday for your Veterans Day, and overnight Tuesday into Wednesday could be a little shower activity, but all in all, this is great
absolutely
forecast.
Beautiful.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Well, straight ahead, investigators are looking into a suspicious fire and a couple stolen motorcycles. I'll have the details in Crime Where You Live.
And a little later in the show, African refugees are finding a safe haven in the friendly city. We'll continue our What's Right series after this. Stay with us.
In this week's Crime Where You Live, deputies in Page County are investigating a suspicious fire that destroyed a home. The fire happened Saturday morning on Jolliet Road. The home was vacant. Deputies say they think the fire was set by vandals. It caused $50,000 of damage. State police are looking for a man who allegedly stole a motorcycle, then wrecked it and abandoned it. The motorcycle, similar to this one, was stolen from Maryland in June. Then on Friday night, it was crashed on Route 42 near Broadway, and the driver left it. And deputies in Shenandoah County are reporting a stolen motorcycle that has not been recovered. They say someone took a Honda motorcycle like this from a shed on Lytton Lane in Quicksburg last week. Deputies in Rockingham County report that someone tore through a window screen and stole a gun from a home. The Smith & Wesson handgun was stolen from Runyons Creek Road over the weekend. Stanton police report that someone stole an entire kitchen set from a home on East Avenue. The thief took a fridge, microwave, stove, and dishwasher. They were reported stolen on Tuesday. A resident in West Augusta reports that 2 hunting dogs like this were taken from his property on Tuesday on Braley Pond Road. The deputies say the dogs have tracking collars, but the collars have been disabled. If you have any information about these cases, call your local police department or sheriff's office. With this week's Crime Where You Live, I'm Val Thompson.
Continuing our series on what's right in our communities. Tonight we take a look at how people in Harrisonburg are helping a new group of African refugees. Michael Highland has more on how this special effort is helping them find the American dream.
All right, here I go.
Peggy Duhamel is getting exposed to a lot of new things.
Good. You can eat it hot, you can eat it cold.
That's because she's giving a lot of her time and money to help refugees resettling in the valley. One refugee, Helen, lives with her.
If you're going to sponsor a family, it means you're willing to guide them, provide transportation, help set up their apartments.
She goes to Emmanuel Episcopal Church. It's where she learned about the opportunity to help.
We're assuming we were going to get an Iraqi family, perhaps an Afghani family, and instead we found out on June 18th that our family was coming from Eritrea.
Eritrea sits north of Ethiopia. The two countries have fought off and on for decades. When they're not fighting, there's still tension. Salam has lived in both places. She's on a journey with her sister Helen.
They had to flee their own country and find refuge within Ethiopia, which was the enemy, because their country has had such a dictatorial government that forces people into national service. So it's like forced military training, even for young girls.
It was not safe, especially for women, children. They abused it there physically, psychologically. In general, Eritrea is not a safe place.
Nor was Ethiopia. The women spent about 5 years living in a camp there.
It is not easy to live long period of time in the camp. There is no life there. You cannot learn, you cannot work.
Starting this summer, refugees from Eritrea were resettled in the valley. According to the Refugee Resettlement Office, about 45 Eritreans are here. Helen and Salam are among the few that speak any English.
And when they got here, the other families had no sponsors. And it just seemed very cruel and uncaring to only take care of Helen's mother and her two sisters and ignore these other mothers who had nobody to help them.
Peggy is like my mom. She helped all refugees.
Helen and Salam have already come a long way, but they'll go farther.
I can travel anywhere. I can learn, I can do anything.
Their family members all came here separately. Mom is waiting in Seattle. Finding work here for a lot of these refugees has been tough.
It's hard to hire someone who doesn't speak English, who has no job skills, doesn't know the computer, can't use the alphabet. These are huge challenges.
The big bowl.
But they're challenges Peggy is willing to help them overcome.
If I could turn it into a job, I would. I'll tell you, I love these people.
Peggy Duhamel, an important part of what's right in Harrisonburg. Michael Highland, WHSV News 3.
Once they've settled, Helen hopes to study medicine. Salam hopes to resume studying math at an American university. The H1N1 virus forces the closure of a Virginia school. Up next, what will happen while students are away from their desks tomorrow? The virus claims the life of a little girl living in the valley. We'll be right back.